Well, there's a lot that we end up talking about, and I think that there's been enough interest in the there's certainly been enough interest in the community that is generic, that they've been asking questions, and I see a lot of people that are enthusiastic. People have been coming up with their ideas. Definitely want to find a way to be able to include them, which is a little bit of a trick because we're also working on some projects that you and I kind of talk about and different moderators end up talking about, or even that you don't even know about, keeping our cards
Yeah.
close to our chest. But yeah, I want to, I think that doing a recording like this is a good idea just so that we can be more inclusive. So yeah, the mic is on. We're recording right now, just so you have a heads up.
Oh, right. Okay, so we're off.
Yeah, right. Oh my God. So yeah, one full month as of today, if you can
Do you
believe
know,
it.
I was thinking,
What's that?
I was thinking about 5 or 6 weeks ago, we were talking to Offbeat and we were saying this is what we wanted to do, and we had nothing done. And he's been away doing exams, and I don't know if he's on holiday or something. He's not come back yet, but he will do. And when he comes back, he's just going to find all this all done for him.
Oh, that's just awesome. That's just awesome. But I think about it and I've thought about it a lot. And the reality is that this is something that has gone on for as long as we've known each other. I mean, back when we were first meeting and playing just in the games, the normal public games, we didn't have a way to be able. There wasn't any cross-platform, but
Yeah,
the thing that we had to do in order to be able to play games that didn't have those toxic players, I had that Google spreadsheet that I would keep on
yeah, you
different
did.
players, and it's like it became the running joke. It's like, oh no, I'm going to blacklist you, and it's like people that knew me would be laughing because they knew that the people that were hearing it, I wasn't joking, It's like, no, really, he's going to blacklist you if you end up quitting out of games. You don't understand.
The community is small, people.
Yeah,
Don't get
right.
yourself blacklisted.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like you didn't have a choice. The PC community had such a large base of players to be able to play with, and we just didn't have that luxury when we were playing. It's like you had to figure out how to be good to one another so that you'd continue to find games. So trolls just we denied them. I wouldn't waste the time on them. So but again, going back that far, that was kind of where the inception of all this stuff is. Just kind of after we ended up joining CPL, we recognized that there was an opportunity to kind of like tie some of those ideas in there, and we have a different perspective on it. Certainly, we're wanting to make sure that things are more accommodating to newer players, whereas the foundations of CPL going back to all the way to 2002 or whatever when it was created. I mean, those players are much more competitive. Not going to find more competitive players than the veteran community here in CPL for sure.
Yeah, it's good. I think. I think really what we're trying to do is we're trying to have space for everybody to grow and to get into that level. So if people want to go and get into that to be playing super competitive games, and that's great. We'll hopefully be able to give them the tools to be able to go and play with the big boys.
Yeah, right.
but for, but for those that are really casual that want to play once a week and they want to learn when they're here, but they've got jobs and families or whatever else, we're here for them too as well, so they can grow at their own pace organically. And I think that's what we're all about, really, isn't it? Trying to create that space.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what's resonating with everybody that's come in. They're recognizing the same idea and the same opportunity that we're recognizing, and they want it. They're the community that we have here. I'm just in no hurry to climb the ladder, which is not a criticism of the veteran community as much as it is just my admiration for all of the players that I've been meeting at the level that we're at, which is down in the settler, chieftain, warlord kind of sweet spot that we're in right now. Hey, you were asking earlier about the number of members. We're currently at 109 members. That's after exactly 1 month of the Gen server being online,
That's amazing.
isn't it?
And with all the activity that's coming up with the CCC and you've got organised games on Wednesdays now as well. There's going to be more people coming, and I'd say by this time next month, we're going to be more than double that, I would have thought.
It's kind of interesting. This morning, before you messaged me and let me know that you were online, I was over in Steam, and I was going through my friends, and in my Steam friends, where is it? It looks like I'm at 252 friends, and I am actively in the process of sending a message out to all of those friends, just taking that time. It's going to take an hour or so, maybe two, if people are responding. But it's like I'm just asking them a straight up question, and I'm trying to do it without being particularly spammy. But I'm reaching out to them, and I'm just saying, hey, I'm kind of curious. I mean, I only know the people that are on my friends list from playing Civ 6. And
well, that's it. You're like me. We're not actually computer gamers. We just play Civ.
Yeah.
So our Steam profiles are full of Civ players. Like, I don't have anybody that's a friend on there that doesn't play Civ. So those people that you're reaching out to and you say, you're worried about spamming them, but they all play Civ, or at least they did play Civ a year ago or 2 years ago when we played in the pub lobbies. So, reach out to them, explain to them what it is. That's why I've done it as well. As soon as I went onto CPL, I sent a message to everybody that I played with regularly. I didn't do it to all 300 people, but it's about 50 or 60 that I knew would want it. And I think that's if everybody in our group of 100 did that,
yeah,
then we'd soon be 200, hey?
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that happened last weekend is that one of the moderators from CPL ended up reaching out to me, and we had a number of exchanges. But last weekend, he was just plain saying, I had asked. It actually started with me going, I gotta ask. I've been doing this for a while now, and I'm not objective because I've got tunnel vision. I'm just trying to get people into generic and get them involved, and I'm trying to host the rookie rank games and doing all this other stuff. But I've got to ask, is it my imagination, or are there more newcomers, more lower level players? And without missing a beat, Blaze had responded and gone, "Oh no, we are keenly aware that we are seeing way more newcomers now, and it's entirely because of the stuff that you've been doing over there, and we're aware of it. We're keenly aware of it, and they're so supportive of it and excited about it as well, which is something that I don't think I convey nearly well enough. I know that it's easy to kind of talk about the toxic element within the veteran community that we've run into time and time again, but I do need to address that, because the majority of the veterans that we see, they're not as loud as some of the players that are kind of disruptive. And the reality is that the majority of the veteran community is incredibly supportive of the novice community, of the rookie community. So they've been reaching out. People over in CPL have really been reaching out and trying to find ways to be a lot more supportive of generic and of what we're trying to do here.
It's not just that people are coming on and we're getting more people hitting the site. It's for the retention, because I think we've always had people that are joined up. We are getting more people now joining because of what we're doing, but people are staying, so they're not just playing one game, getting trashed or quitting after 50 turns because they realize it's too much. They're sticking around, and because there's a space for them, they don't want to get a quitter tag. So there's a space for them to come now, and for them to stay, and that's why the numbers will grow, and that's why I think we'll be 200 this time next month, if not 300.
It's hard for me to figure out the numbers of just kind of project. I know that I have been sharing with generic members. Generic members have visibility into areas of the generic server that just non-generic members, they don't have that kind of visibility. And one of the things that I've been sharing is a graph that is showing the number of players that we have at the games. They're definitely growing, absolutely positively that they're growing. And, we're getting additional support. We had a person who wasn't even a generic member who reached out to me on Monday out of the blue and sends a message and says, "Hey, I've been watching what has been going on, but I was moving. I was just getting settled from moving, and I have a new job, and I didn't want to reach out to you before I was ready, but now I'm ready. I want to host a game on Wednesdays, and I want it to be at this time slot and whatever else." And I'm blown away. I'm just falling out of my chair because I'm just like going, "Oh my goodness, I needed that just so much," because I've been the only person who's stepped up to host those rookie ranked games. And we ended up doing that on Wednesday, and that was successful. We had 8 players, and for a game that's just starting off on a new time slot, that's absolutely fantastic. As the community continues to grow, as we continue to have more and more players that are taking an active role in kind of moving this all forward and supporting the events that we're trying to do, we're going to be able to accommodate different time slots, which means that we'll have more players. But that 100 and however many, 100, what did I say, 109 members, that's a little bit of it can be a little bit misleading, because what we need to look at are the active players. Hey, I got a question for you. Do you think that maybe we should move this conversation out of C6I and maybe we should put it into generic so that we could invite other people into this dialogue if they wanted to?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's go to the Hangout, which is in clan discussions.
Okay.
Hey there, how's it going?
Hello. What's it about then?
Hi, Duck.
Hey, Duck, how you doing, man? So we're just kind of hanging out. Today is the birthday.
Well, that's what the channel is for, isn't it?
Yeah, well, today is the 1 month birthday for generic. This entire thing is only 1 month old as of today.
Ah, you wouldn't say.
Right? A lot has happened, so we're just kind of talking about it and thought we would open up the dialogue to other people that have come on board and kind of get what the vision is. I wanted to send something out to be inclusive with the rest of the membership.
Hey, Zach, when does the CCC start?
I don't know. I'm not following it enough. Von Holio sent us out an invitation to join the CCC, and he did that like 2 weeks ago. But, everything over here has been just so swamped, and I didn't know how many people were going to be in generic at the time. And it's like, I'm looking at him going, I don't even know if we're going to have players. And he's asking for a commitment for a time slot. So I wasn't going to sign a blank check. I turned it down after really kind of thinking about it for a while, saying we're not ready. The other concern that I have about joining the CCC right now is that out of all the clans, we are the largest community, the largest segment of the CPL community, but we're also the most inexperienced. And I don't want people to just go out and join something like that and just get completely annihilated, and that's demoralizing.
Now, Zach, I have a question. Now, Zach, I have a question you can answer, hopefully. What is CCC even? I don't know.
What is it?
People talk about it, but CCC, it's 3 letters. What is it?
So if you go in, let me see if I can navigate there. If we go to the server, to the CPL server, you'll see that there's something that says that it is Clan Championship Cup 5, and that's it.
Okay, now that about explains me Clan Championship Cup.
This is the most competitive community. This is the most competitive community of Civ 6 players. It goes back all the way to 2002. That's when CPL was founded. So if you ever get the opportunity to talk to someone like Canuck Soldier, he explains, that this has a legacy. This community has an incredible legacy. That means that these players, the veteran players, are the most competitive players that you're going to find playing Civ 6. They've been playing different versions of Civ for many games back. And what we see in the Clan Championship Cup is really kind of the best of the best coming together and trying to compete. So as far as team games go, that's the top.
The pinnacle.
Yeah.
If I could just butt in, I was asking because, it would be cool if we got a team in there, but that's not really what my point was. What I was going to try and get at is that during the CCC, there's lots of people that join the server to watch games, to stream games, because there's a huge amount of activity about it. There's a buzz. where people come from other servers to play and to watch. And I think it's a really great opportunity for us in this next month to reach out to those people that aren't really a member of CPL, or perhaps they're a member of a different server and as I say, they're just here to watch. We can show them that there's a place for them to come and play. So that CPL is not just about the CCCs for the best players. It's also for the players who are here to learn. So we can reach out to them and say, yeah, come play with us. Yeah, there's CCC games going on, but there's also our novice games going on all month long on these days. So, okay, if you feel like you're not at the level to compete in the clan championship, come play with us. And I think we can get quite a few members from that. And not only that, there's people from the gaming magazines and from websites who come on, and they'll come and write a report for their magazines or for their webpage. And if we can get them to mention us in their reports, in their magazines or whatever, then that could be real game changing for us. So I think we need to be smart about how we're gonna react, what we're gonna post during this month's game where we're gonna got people coming in. So
I totally agree.
Ideally, we'd be hitting them with some of your really good marketing videos, and also guys who are active on our server. We need to be making sure that we're chatty, we're involving people that are new on the server, or asking questions, and just showing them what a wonderful space we've got. So then they can shout about it in their own communities, and then all come to us.
Baron, great minds think alike. So, I have players that are in Generic who have approached me independently, and they have these ideas. They say, oh boy, I'd like to do, for example, I know Warbringer was approaching me a few days ago, and actually he was putting it into the clan chat. And he's saying, it'd be really great to do team games. It would be fantastic. In fact, I can help put it together. What he did not know at the time, is that that's something that's actually been actively, it's in progress. It's something that is being worked on. There are conversations with other people. That's stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and it's a little bit of a trick, because I want to make sure that we're holding our cards close enough to our chest that we can surprise the community with wonderful things that we're developing for them, and that when we're announcing them, that they are ready, and that people can just get involved and be able to enjoy it. At the same time, it allows us to be able to kind of sit back and develop these ideas to make sure that we've got the kinks worked out, so that everything will really be presented and produced in a professional way. With that said, something that I haven't talked about until today, and I guess that this is, with Jen being 1 month old today, I guess that this might be the right time to actually mention it, because it dovetails into exactly what you're talking about. For the last week, I have been in formal discussions with members of CPL about hosting a tournament. It would be something that's inspired. I was asking probably a month ago, that sound about right. I was reaching out to CPL's Hannah because she was instrumental in hosting the novice championships that were going on. That somebody, Hero, I guess, he's no longer on the CPL server, but I guess that he was really the chief architect of putting the novice championships together for that short window that was available in March. And it made such a huge impression on me. And I like the idea of hosting events. That's why the rookie ranks were up. But I wanted to do something that was of a larger scale. I wanted to do something that was broader. And I've spoken with Blaze at length about that. He's kind of been a main liaison for having discussions about putting on a more formal kind of tournament. But in those discussions that I've had with him, which have been very, very involved, this is something that is very much in progress. It's going to end up happening. But he was bringing up immediately, he's going, the Triple C is coming up, and this is an amazing opportunity for, you to be able to kind of broadcast, shout this out and promote it so that there are a bunch of eyeballs on it. So yeah, great minds think alike, and it's a matter of just trying to bang out. I have over in the other server where we do the development, I have over there number of people that have already joined on to my team to make sure that this thing is going to be happening. We have a lot of people that are on that team that are administration from CPL. We could use more people from the generic side to come on board and to help kind of flesh out the details of this thing. But this is absolutely positively going to be happening, and I agree with you entirely. We need to market it to the sweet spot that the Triple C is making available.
So the idea is then to be having this competition you're talking about running alongside the CCC.
I don't think that it will be. There's been a concern that with timing, that they don't want to have two different events going on at the same time. But the way that I'm looking at the event, which so far it doesn't even have an official title, I've been calling it the Untitled July event, because I think that July is the right time to actually get this thing started, so that there's enough of a window to market it ahead of time. But the Triple C ends right at the end of June. Yeah. So there's time to be able to kind of capitalize on that and be able to say, here's a new thing that's going on. And the idea is, I don't want to copy the original Novice Championship. It's not an exact copy of the Novice Championship, but at the same time, I hate reinventing the wheel. So it's a good blueprint to kind of draw from. The things that I liked about it was that, people didn't need an official host in order to be able to start a game. Anytime that there were enough players to start a game, they were able to just start a game, and then they were able to report it, and that got into the qualifying rounds for the overall event. And then at the end of the event, it was punctuated with a competition. And I think it was what was it? Was it like the top 10 players or 12 players that had earned points throughout the qualifying matches, and then 2 slots were open to the people that had participated the most? I think that's how it was run. That's a good model to go on, just so that it's loose and available for everybody to be able to participate as they want to. That's my thinking on it, at least. So we just need to hash out some of the details, and that's something that I'm again,
sounds good. Sounds like a plan. And I hear a dog.
Yeah, I hear a dog too.
Yeah, that's my dog. Sorry.
No.
Don't be sorry.
So anyway, back to the CCC. Yeah. I also think that, I know you said before you're worried about people going in and signing up to it and not really knowing how competitive it is. But I think maybe we could get a team of guys who are prepared to do it, even though they know they're probably going to get battered. And we also have some guys who are in truth stronger than novice level. Yeah. And we've got players like Petrenko, and we've got Ubermensch. Ubermensch has brought in some new guys from his server, which in truth, as I say, are better than us. Okay. So if we could build a team together with guys who feel like they're warlord kind of level, then maybe that would be a good thing for us, just to show that we are trying to be a part of the community as well. And even though we are very unlikely to win, right, we'll still turn up with our 6 guys, wherever it is.
Well, let's float it out there. I mean, if you want to float that out there.
Yeah, I'll
can you take the lead on that?
With Ubermensch. Yeah, and we'll pick a team and try and see if we can get.
Okay, because my dance card is pretty full right now. If you could take kind of the lead on that, if you could take the chair on that specific thing, that would be absolutely fantastic, and I'd love to see that happen. You're right, we do have a lot of players. We're up to 109 members in generic. We're the largest. We're the largest segment of the CPL community right now, and I know that people want to play, but I have a hard time understanding the numbers, because while we've got 109 members that have come within, that have joined within the last month, how many of those are actually active? I end up looking and I don't see, a lot of these people popping on to the server on a regular basis, and I'm trying to pay attention to those things. So it's been kind of hard for me to figure out whether or not there are enough active players that we are not wasting the time of all of the veterans who take the Triple C very, very seriously. I wouldn't want us to make a commitment to join the CCC so that I can hear the reports that I've heard about other clans that are no-shows, and that has been happening. So if we can be sure that we are going to actually participate, then I'm all for it. If we are going to, if there's the danger that we could sign up for the thing and that the dates are scheduled and then people aren't showing up, I would like to just stay away from that like the plague.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I need to look into it and find out what the rules are. I'm guessing it doesn't have to be the same players for every game, but I'll have a look into it and see whether it's realistic or not. Speak to some people. If I feel like people really want to do it and they've got the time to do it, then yeah, we'll gather a team and represent.
Damn straight, man.
But yeah, for sure. I don't want to do that either. I don't want to be having 2 or 3 guys are keen as mustard and then no one else really turns up.
We are developing a reputation, that really speaks to the integrity of the newer community. It's like we don't have the same experience. Most of us, I'll speak for myself, I'm just not as good at playing the game as so many of these other experienced players are. But what I am trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that if I'm saying something is going to happen, that it's actually going to happen. If the rookie rank events, if I say that they're going to be happening on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday for the next month, and they will be scheduled at 9:00 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, then you better understand I will be there. It doesn't matter if I have to shut it down for 15 minutes, after 15 minutes because we don't have enough players, but you can depend on me being there. And I want to extend that same courtesy to everybody over in CPL and all of the other clans. I don't want to be wasting people's time because it's too much coordination, for them. So for sure, man, you've got my full support on it. And thanks for, volunteering to or being volunteered to take the lead on that.
Yeah, I'll run with that. No problem.
Cool, man.
So yeah, that's the CC then. So CCC. So let's try and make sure that we've got a big presence during it, so then when it finishes, we can smash straight into our own tournament. And then, as I say, hopefully a load of these people that are on our server for a month to watch games will feel that they can come and play, even if they previously thought that CPL was for like top players only. It's for us to show them that no, we've got space for everybody. So come play with us.